Okay, this tutorial is for the remainder of lesson 14, 14b, 14c, and 14d. Mainly what it's going to go over is stretching as well as rotate. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with 14b and draw the simple little triangle that it wants me to draw. You guys can draw it with 3 separate lines, or you can use the polygon tool, which is what I'm going to use. Mine currently is set up for 3 sides. I'm going to use the side length option because I know what the side length is. It tells me that the edge or the side length is 1.5. So I'm going to go ahead and hit S for side length. I'm going to specify this as my start point. And I want mine going in that direction. Notice I only have options of these couple directions if I have ortho on. If you don't have ortho on, then it can go pretty much in any direction. It can get kind of tricky. So it's definitely easier to have ortho on. I want to go in that direction, and my side length is 1.5. Okay. If it's not in the right location or you want to move it, feel free to move it, wherever you like. And I'll go ahead and just draw this rectangle as well. This will be my rectangle D for dimensions, and it's actually a square, so they're both 1.75. And so there we have it. And what I like to do is I like to move this guy, but I like it to be in line with this one. And if I just hold it there for a minute and turn E track on, I'm just going to hold it right there for a minute. Now I can just move it straight down and it will be exactly in line with this. So the key to stretching is the stretch command is right under here. It's right under the scale tool. The key to stretching is using a crossing window. And here's what I mean. First thing you need to do is click on stretch. It tells you to specify entities. A lot of people want to highlight the entire triangle. That's not really what you want to do. You want to click your mouse one time, left mouse button, and select the things that you want to stretch. For example, this is what I want to stretch for my triangle. So I'm just going to cover those with the green crossing window. It has to be from right to left, not from left to right. So make sure you're going from right to left. Go ahead and touch those. Okay, I'm going to hit enter. And now it says specify from point. Well, this is going to be my base point, and it wants to go, and I should definitely turn ortho on in this case. It wants us to go another 6.5 from there. So type in 6.5, hit enter, and there you have it. That's what that should look like. Okay, I'm going to do the next one. Stretch, again, right to left, and touch the 3 lines that I want to stretch, and then hit enter. Specify the base point. This is my base point right here, and it should go out another 6 inches, which means that this should now be 7.75. So let's go ahead and check that. And if this is 7.75, then we have done that correctly. Okay, so that's the first 2 on 14b. I'm sure you can figure out the third one. And then 14c goes into rotate. I'm just going to use this rectangle right here to show you how to rotate things. If I go ahead and highlight it, the rotate command is right here. Go ahead and click on it. It says specify the pivot point. So if I want this to be my rotate command, I can start to rotate. As you can see, I currently have ortho on, so really the only way it's gonna rotate is every 90 degrees. If I turn ortho off, then it pretty much rotates at whatever angle I want. And if I want it to go 45 degrees, it's gonna go 45 degrees. I can type in negative 45 degrees and it would go 45 degrees in this direction. You can type in 90 and it would go straight up and down, or 180. I think you get the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and type in 45, and there that is at a 45 degree angle. So should be pretty easy. Again, if you want to rotate it every 90 degrees, I'd keep ortho on. If not, then feel free to turn it off and type in exactly what angle you do want to rotate it at. Alright, and finally lesson 14d. Really all you need to know for 14d is it's a combination of everything you've learned. So you're going to have to use a combination of the stretch command, of the scale command, and of the rotate command. So don't try and just draw it on your own. That defeats the purpose. I do want to see what it looks like on the beginning on the left-hand side, as well as what it looks like on the right-hand side. But please make sure that you use both copy, rotate, stretch, scale, and move. So actually it's using some things from previous lessons as well. And we'll see you again in lesson 15.